So we're back in the fish room today, and today we're going to be doing a bunch of things that are kind of exciting and mostly revolving around the bettas. Now, as you guys would know, I've recently got into bettas and we've bred a ton of them. I'm just going to show you how many we've bred today. Not today, but just in general over the past couple of months. So this is our first spawn that we ever got. This was just me practicing, and we've got a ton of bettas in here. If you come over to this tank, we've got a ton of bettas in here. So these tanks are both longfin kois. Now, I did a whole betta breeding series, and these are the fish from that series. So if you guys want to see that video, there's going to be a link in the top right corner where you can go and watch that. There's a whole series on how to breed these guys. It's super easy, super fun, and I really enjoyed doing it. You can see just how cute some of these little guys are. So starting to get a bit of color, but nothing too exciting. These little guys are getting color as well, so that's really, really exciting. So those are the first couple of spawns. Then we also had another vlog, which is going to be in the top right corner, where we bred a bunch in some tubs and we had a lot more success. So this is my fry raising area. These are just little containers that I like to use to raise up my fry. You can see I've got angelfish in here, but if you come over to this box, we've got just a ton of bettas. So these are also longfin kois. There's an unbelievable amount of these guys in here. I have no clue how many there are in here. We come over to here, we've got like a box with two bettas in it. These are both galaxy kois. He didn't do a very good job in that vlog, so we only got two of these guys. I don't even know where they are. They're in here somewhere. So there's one of those guys there. And then we come over to this one, and we've got a bunch of blueberry kois, which are really, really cool. They're also called blue marbles, but blueberry koi sounds way cooler. So there's heaps of them in here as well. So those are all the bettas that we've currently bred. Now, if you guys have been following me, you would know that I've also got some other cool bettas. So some stuff that I haven't bred or haven't mixed and I still want to do. So in today's vlog, we're going to be breeding those. So what are those fish? Well, if you come over to this tank down here, we've got one of those, which is these red dragons. So this is a big red dragon male. These guys look really cool. So I've got a red dragon female for him, and she's going to be up here. So I'm not too sure if she's going to breed. She doesn't seem like she's going to be very full of eggs, but she's had enough time to develop some, I think. So we'll see how they go. But we've also got some of these, which are these black samurais. Now this female is so gravid, it's not even funny. I'm going to be trying to breed her with the black samurai male in the aquarium next door, which you can see he's just amazing looking, great color, good size. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be breeding this pair, so the black samurais. We're going to be breeding the red dragons. I'm also very keen to get a spawn from this male. So he is the galaxy koi. He's got these amazing colors on him. In fact, he just looks incredible. The camera's not doing him any justice. I'm going to be breeding him with this female, which is the blueberry koi female. So we'll see how we go. Also in today's vlog, we are going to be separating the spawns and we're going to be sorting them out. So we're going to be taking these spawns out of these aquariums, and we're probably going to be moving them into big 4-foot aquariums and sorting them by size, just so that they don't eat each other, because bettas grow at very different size rates compared to each other. Like, some will be tiny and be able to eat the other ones before they're even fully grown. I don't know if I just made sense. They grow at all different speeds, which is kind of annoying, and you have to separate them throughout breeding these guys. So we're going to be doing that today as well. And yeah, it should be just a really fun vlog. So let's go set up the tanks for breeding the bettas. Well, I've just set up all the tubs, and you can see I've gone all out. I've set up all 5. We've got 5 males running at the one time. So we're going to see how many of these guys will actually breed. Now, we're going to mix it up. Since last time we bred like the blueberry koi with the blueberry koi, we're going to just mix it up today and see, what we can create, because all of these bettas, besides maybe the black samurais and the red dragons, which are going to be like pure strains, are just going to be like mutt bettas. I'm just going to sell them for a couple of bucks to a wholesaler and just see what I can create, because there could be some cool stuff that comes out of this. So in here we've got the blueberry koi male, beautiful. We've got the longfin koi male here. We've got the black samurai maybe in here. No, I'm not too sure. They're already setting up bubble nests. So no, this is the red dragon male. We've got our galaxy koi male here, and then our black samurai male there. You can see him right there. So these boxes are excellent. I've actually had a lot of success with these now, and that's just because they are a perfect size. They're 4 liters, so they're a little bit small, but they are really, really good for breeding bettas. They have these, sides where they can't see into each other, so these bettas can't actually see each other through the boxes, which is great because then they don't flare up and get distracted. But the great thing about these is they've got the clear front, so you can see right in there, see what's happening, but without having to, you know, have them seeing each other. So they're great for that. You can pick these up from Kmart for like 10 bucks if you're in Australia. If you're in America, I'm sure you've got way better options than these tubs, because you guys have just got so much scale and so much better stuff to use than this. But you can see I've also put in some Java moss, which is just to create some infusoria for those babies for the first couple of days when they're free swimming. We've got the Indian almond leaf to lower the pH and add a bit of tannin to the water, and we've got a bit of bubble wrap just to act as like an area for them to do their bubble nests underneath. So I'm really excited to see what we have breed today. I mean, hopefully all of them breed, but you know how it is with fish, you can't really make that up. They make up their own minds with these things, and yeah, so I'm just super excited. What we're going to do now is we're going to leave them in here for, until the afternoon, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one of these. So these are just like little dividers, and what you do, I've talked about this in other vlogs, you just plop that bad boy in there, and what you do is you put your female in there, and then he can see the female but can't access her, and it'll give him some time to build his bubble nest. And then tomorrow morning, because it's like the morning now, so they'll go in here for the rest of the night, and then tomorrow morning you take this out and then you introduce the female, and hopefully they spawn. So we'll see how we go. The important thing with these tubs is to make sure you keep the lids, because these guys, Bettas are known jumpers, so you want to put all your lids on to make sure they can't get out, because that's sad if they do. So put all your lids on, and then you should be all good to go. Now we'll leave them because it's just the morning now, and we'll come back in the arvo and we'll introduce the females, but we've also got to do something about all these Bettas in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear up some of these 4-foot tanks to put them in as grow out tanks, so we're going to do that. I'm going to go home now and see if I can't sell some of these pistos and clear up a couple of tanks just so I have space to do that. So we'll go and see if we can do that. I'll give a call to a couple of shops and see if they're interested, but I'll see you guys later. Alright, so it's now the afternoon and I've introduced the females. So I've only decided to go with 4 boxes just because, you know, I don't really need any more longfin koi. So he's missed out today, but I'll show you the pairs that we're going to be doing. So in here we've got the blue marble male, and then we've got the female koi Betta here. So she's the one that's made a ton of the babies. Previously we used her in the breeding series. You can't really get that good of a look at her, but she's actually really coloured up well over the past couple of weeks since I've had her, and she's starting to look really good. Now we'll go to the next tank, and in here we've got the red dragons. So we've got the female in here and the male there. He's super excited. I don't know whether these guys will breed. She doesn't seem that gravid, like if you can see her from above, but we'll give it a try nonetheless. In here we've got the blueberry koi female with our galaxy koi male, who's just somewhere underneath this bubble nest, and I'm betting that they're going to breed. They seem really keen on each other and they're going to be really cool if they make some babies together. And then in the last box we've got the black samurais, so hopefully these guys go well as well, but you never know with Bettas. It's kind of a gamble. That's why I've got 4 boxes going, so we'll see how we go. We're going to leave them overnight, but in the meantime we're going to move some of our little baby and juvenile Bettas. So I just fished out all the Bettas from one tank. That tank over there is the one that's all cloudy, and you can see just how many there are. Now I'm not too sure what the number is. Someone can pause it and count, but I've got absolutely no clue. I might give it a count. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort them by size and put them into our own grow out tanks. Well, that took a bit of work, but we finally sorted out all the Bettas. So we're going to have to do this frequently. You can see here this is going to be like our first harvest, because these guys are now going to grow up together until they need to be jarred, and then at that point they're going to be sold. So there's not too many in here because we've only done one batch. Then we're going to have another batch here, and then this one's going to go back into the grow out tank and grow up some more. So you want to do this because otherwise you get the big bully ones that eat the small ones or eat all the food, and then the small ones don't grow. So this is part of breeding Bettas. Like I said, these ones are going to be the first to be available, and then these ones hopefully, and then these ones, because you got to be careful. I'm not the most experienced with this, but you got to be careful because if you break them up, then they start going crazy and nipping each other's fins. So the longer you can keep them together and uninterrupted, the better. Like at this size is probably the maximum size before, like if I broke these guys up or something like that, then there could be problems. So let's add those guys to their tank and wrap this up. Well, here's the tank with all the small guys. Now they're back in here, we've left this tank empty. So we've mixed the 2 batches of longfin kois just because of convenience. It's a lot easier. So these guys are going to be in here. We're going to leave this tank set up until like we can't see any more, because every now and then I see like a little baby, like you can see. There's little tiny ones in there still, so I've got to fish those out throughout the next week. We've put the medium-sized guys in this big 4-foot tank. Don't worry, I've added a big bristlenose pleco in here, so that's going to clean this guy up quick smart. And then up in this top little 4-foot short tank, we've got all of our big Bettas. So there's another bristlenose in here somewhere as well, cleaning up this tank. So I guess that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully pairs over here of bred. That'd be really, really exciting. And yeah, just a big Betta day today. So it's now the next morning. What we're going to do is we're going to open the boxes and see what's happened. So I'm guessing, like, I haven't opened these guys yet, and I'm guessing that, you know, sometimes they can actually escape the females from the box, like from that little like shell of the plastic bottle, and get out, which is not normally a problem. But what we're going to do is we're going to take them off, see who's built a bubble nest, and introduce the females anyways. So here's the first box, and we can see we've already had the female escape here. So this is the Galaxy koi, or this is the blueberry koi, and then the original longfin koi female that we bred with our longfin koi male. So we'll take this out, don't need that anymore. We'll check our second box. We can put the lid back on here. You can see the bubble nest that they've built, so it's not a great one, but hopefully it'll be enough to entice her to breed. So put the lid back on that one. We'll come over to the second box. What's happening in here? Whoa, big bubble nest in here. So he's actually built this underneath the leaf, which I don't know whether that's a good idea, but this is the red dragon male, and the female's still in the cup. So what we're going to do is we're going to release her. Alright, good luck. Third box. Oh, lots of bubbles here. So this is blueberry koi female, galaxy koi male. Let's release her. And put the lid back on here. And then final box. So we'll release her. We'll cover that one up too. So we'll leave these guys for a couple of hours, and I'll check up with you guys in the afternoon to see if they're bred. Alright, so it's now the next day, and I just want to quickly apologise. I got really busy yesterday afternoon and I just didn't have time to record anything that happened. So what I've done is I've actually removed the females, and we've had 2 successful spawns, so I'm going to show you that in a second. But tons of stuff has happened since you guys have seen me within the last like 12 hours, which is great. Now the first thing I want to talk about is this. Now I'm not going to get too hopeful about this, but this is a spawn of black rams. So these were laid at about 7 p.m. yesterday, and it's now, I'd say, 11 o'clock the next morning. Now I'm not too sure whether these have been fertilized. It looks like they have. You can see all these seed shrimp around. I don't know if they stuff with the eggs at all, but I mean, it looks like they've been fertilized. You can almost see little bodies starting to form inside the eggs, which would be amazing. But I'm not going to get my hopes up, because they've done this to me before, where they've, you know, laid a bunch of eggs and then not fertilized them. So from what I can see, it looks like we're on here, but I'm not entirely sure. All I can do is hope here. So yeah. So we'll put this back in here, get some more flow going. Hopefully that's a spawn. The other thing that's happened, which is amazing as well, is in this container. Now I know you guys are probably sick of seeing angelfish wrigglers, but in here we've got Altum angelfish wrigglers. The eggs have hatched, which is great. I'm super excited to finally have wrigglers of Altums. It didn't take very long to get them, but these are a great fish to be breeding, and I really can't wait to be supplying these to everyone, because they're just such a cool fish. So yeah, we've got the wrigglers in here, so hopefully all goes well with them. Now, down in our boxes, we haven't spawned the black samurais or the red dragons, which is very annoying. But we did spawn our galaxy koi male. He has a ton of eggs in his bubble nest, so see in there just all those eggs. This is the galaxy koi male. See him there monitoring it. He's a great bubble nest builder, this guy. And then our blueberry koi has done a good job as well with our other female from the longfin koi batch. So you can see all those eggs in there. Now we're going to watch these over the next couple of days and see whether they hatch this afternoon. In fact, I'm actually going to throw the females back in for the red dragon and the black samurai, just in case they are going to spawn. Maybe they weren't ready yesterday, and then if they don't spawn like overnight or tomorrow morning, then I will be taking these guys out. So that's what's happening right now, and I'll see you guys in, I don't know, whenever I see you. Alrighty, so it's been another few days now and tons more stuff has happened, which is great. I'm going to update you guys on the Bettas really quickly, and I'm going to show you some surprise spawn that we got, well, another surprise spawn, and I'm also going to show you the black rams. So I guess we'll start over on the breeding boxes, and I'll just quickly update you with what we'd bred in this vlog. So you guys would have seen before, I guess we started the vlog with the Altums, and the Altum eggs are now free swimming. So you can see them all up the back. Yeah, let them focus. There's not a crazy amount in this spawn. There's quite a few, but not like, you know, near as many as you'd like to have in a spawn. For instance, if you look over in this container, this is kind of the amount that we want to get every spawn. So there's just hundreds of these guys in here. So those are the Altums that I showed you before. But if you go in here, you'll see our black ram little wrigglers. So this is really exciting. These are all the black ram fry. We've got heaps of them. I don't know how many there are, but hopefully our pair breeds again. But in the meantime, we got to get these guys up to size. We got to get them to a size where they're easy to take care of, and you know, we can start to raise them, and then hopefully get some better breeding stock in the future from these. So what am I going to do? Well, last time I did this, I tried to use microworms and it didn't work too well. I don't have any infusoria cultures at the moment, so I've talked to a couple of my mates, especially my mate Justin, who breeds a lot of discus and rams and stuff like that. He breeds a lot of German rams. He was talking to me and he said that he feeds his rams, when they're not raised with their parents, he feeds them egg yolk. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn a bunch of egg yolk into, well, not a bunch, just a little bit of egg yolk into like a liquid, like a gold liquid, and we're going to try and keep it suspended in the water column just to get these guys through to a size where they eat brine shrimp, because these guys are newly like hatched wrigglers, and you can see the size of them. But if we come over to this tank, these are angelfish wrigglers, and they're like double the size. You can see that. So like these guys haven't even developed yet and they're still double the size. So they're very small little ram fry, but very exciting nonetheless. So that's what's happening with the black rams. Now, the main purpose of this video was about the Bettas. So what's happening with the Bettas? Well, in here we have the hatchlings of our blueberry kois, or whatever the mix was, I can't remember. There's a lot of them in here. You can see some of the fry up the top. They're just kind of scattered throughout here. We actually ended up getting a spawn over in this little box from our red dragons, which is great. So these guys aren't as developed as the other ones, but there's still loads of these guys in here. There you go, you can see them all there. So tons of these guys. And then over here we've got some more of our blueberry kois. Maybe these are the blueberry kois and the other ones were the galaxy kois, I'm not too sure. But our black samurais, for some reason, I was super confident they would breed. They still haven't, so I'm retrying again a couple of days later. Maybe this time they'll breed. If not, I'm going to try and just plump her up with a bunch of live food and see how we go. But that's basically what's happening right now. So the other thing I quickly wanted to update you guys with was this spawn. So in here we've got another spawn of Peppermint Bristlenose. You can see the eggs here. There's a clutch of about 60 to 70, I think. I'll flash up a photo, and if you guys want to try and count it, you can count it. But there's 60 to 70 of these guys in here, and that's great news, because we want lots and lots of peppermints from our pair. So we've gotten a spawn of about 60 here, and I think we had a previous spawn of about 50 or 40 or something like that. So making small improvements, but they're just going to hatch in this little box. And yeah, so that's going to be it for now. I'm going to keep updating you guys with these vlogs and keep making them as long as you guys are enjoying them. And if you guys are interested in buying any fish, there's a link down below. If you're in Australia, you can buy some of my fish. There's a website. But yeah, besides from that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next vlog.